Hello everyone. USCIS just announced that they have completed the registration lottery. So we'll cover all of those details in this short video. So here is the press release that was done, which tells H1B initial electronic registration selection process completed. So this is available on USCIS website. You can check that as well. So what this basically tells are few things, right? So first one is it says that they have received enough number of H1B registrations for the new process that came in from this year. So that's a key thing. The second one is they say that the H1B selection process is completed. In the previous days, it used to be called lottery, random selection. All these mean the same, right? Essentially, when you have more number of petitions received than the required number of slots or cap, then you would run something called a random selection process, which is popularly called as lottery. So they say that the selection process for registration is complete. So that's what it is, yeah. And the third one is they said that the H1B selected notifications status will change, and it will be one of the three statuses. So for some of them, you might see submitted status, which means that the petition or the registration that was submitted in in the system was not picked in the initial round of H1B lottery or random selection process. So there is so what they say is there may be another run, but they haven't really clearly indicated that. So this is one status that you would see, you know. And the second status you may see is denied. So if there are more than one registration submitted, or the payment processing did not go through, or for whatever reason, right, you're non-compliant, then you would see a denied status. And the third one is the key one, right? If you were to be selected in the initial registration lottery or random selection process, then you would see the status changes selected. And this is how it would look, right, in the system. As you can see in the screenshot, it says the status is selected. Of course, we have hidden the personal details of our users. And thanks to users for sharing this information, right? So you can see under action where you can actually see the receipt notice as well, that says that you've been selected in the lottery registration. Yeah. So that's the example of selected notification in the system. And what they say is you can only file if you have been selected in the lottery registration system, if your status has changed to selected. Yeah. So that's the key message from the press release. Now, in terms of how the H1B registration selection notice looks, so this is how it looks. So I'll do another video in detail about this. But in general, as you can see, it's a I-797 notice of action, which is basically telling it's a normal standard notice that tells that it's a notice from USCIS. It tells clearly the type of the case type. It's a H1B registration, H1BR it says, and it also tells notice type as registration selections. It has a lot of information in it. We will look at that in another video. So what is not covered in the press release, right? So what's not covered in the press release is they have not indicated how many H1B registrations came in for this fiscal year. So last year there were over 200,000 applications or registrations that were done. I mean to say last year it was not registration system, right? So there are 200,000 petitions that were filed. So that number was actually announced, last year. But this year they have not really told any of that number. So I don't know if they will say it now or later. But as of now, today, they have not really announced how many H1B registrations were filed. The second one is they have not really given indication if it's a master's cap, regular cap, any of these. There is no details as such. In the past they would say they've received enough for master's cap, they have received enough for regular cap, but this year there is nothing indication around that lines. Yeah. The third one is they have not indicated the end date for the change of status to not selected. So what it means is, many of you may say the status is submitted, and they say that there may be a second run, but of course there may be. Of course, it's a may, right? So the reason for this is there may be some denials. People may not file. So USAs will may run another round of lottery if needed at some point, but they have not given that date. So until they close out for the fiscal year 2021, that status will be submitted. So that particular date, when they will actually change the status of everybody to not selected, they have not given that date. So this used to be like July or August in the previous years, sometimes Jack. So this was a really painful wait for many. And again, this doesn't seem to change this year as well as of now. Again, things may change. So stay tuned for this. Yeah. So these are some of the things that were not covered in the press release. So hopefully, some of these details are clear now. And thank you for watching. Do subscribe for updates. We will actually continue to do more videos on these and give you more updates.